Hello, this is Divine Sunshine. This is take two. I did before, but I forgot to light up. I just finished with the kiddies, doing a lesson with them. I guess I'm still in teacher mode, with them, but I'm coming with like a channel message and pretty much almost I can say this is Divine Sunshine from the news room of giving a live report from the scene of what's kind of happening in the twin flame right now energies, especially with the divine masculine. This weekend, I kind of found myself watching a lot of, just was guided to watch Aspire. And the channel had like a lot of movies that had to do with the divine masculine or just masculine energies, period. And it helped to talk about their plight in different situations. We talked about what was going on with the divine masculine. Both storylines had to deal with a uh, brothers who were homeless that had sisters that they were taking care of while they were homeless. And then the next movie pretty much talked about a divine masculine or masculine, period. Well, eventually we're all going to become masculine, so let me just stick with that. uh and there'll be a couple of that won't be, because again you got to remember again that this earth is a teachable planet, and it's going to eventually, they are here to cause balance, rather they are that completely or not showing, or they're showing there. And I love the term that David said there, distorted self, a lot more so than the divine, because it's a balance. It's always something that you can learn. That's what they told me, because you got to remember from the Bible, Jesus said the poor you will have with you always. Poor can mean also not also just talking about money, but also saying about in spirit and mind, those things. And even if we're all divine, we'll have moments in which they're showing me another fork in the road, another level, where we'll show moments of distortion. But we should be more so of an 80-20 split, where we're more 80% more divine, and just a little bit of things that we have to do there to show our distortion, to show that we still haven't grown. Because again, I remember from Kathy D asking, is there ever a point that you stop evolving? And I was like, no, as long as you're breathing, you don't. And then April chimed in and say, well, as long as even when you die, you're still ever evolving, you're still changing then. And that's true, and you're learning then. And so there's these three programs that pretty much is shown, as far as the inner journey that divine masculines have to go on. And from that point on, it looked like I had drawn in divine masculine's energies from here on the 3D. I worked with David. David called me and we talked. I also had David from Soul Mission. A lot of things he had helped me with, as far as what issues was going on with me that I had forgotten, and he had earthed a lot of things. So please go to him again, David of Soul Mission, if you need any type of healing. He does the bowl, he does the energy with source, and very talented in pulling even childhood wounds. I worked with a client as well. I'm not going to mention her name. But she had told me, and Spirit had directed me through the reading to tell her that, listen, if you have any kind of childhood wounds and you need somebody to kind of deal with that and to help to bring those things out, Spirit had brought to me that depending on who put that wound in, that should be the person or the energy that you should be working with. So let's say if you have a mother and the mother put that energy wound in, you might want to go work with, let's say, April Williams, and she might be able to, because again, you're tapping into that mother spirit. Or you might want to go to like David if you have like maybe father issues, because I know when he did the healing with me, my dad told me, he says, I'm going to work with him and I'm going to work him to help to heal you from things that are going on. So that's just another aspect. You could go whoever your spirit resonates with, but that's another aspect and level that Spirit had brought to be as well. As when you talk about healing those childhood wounds, maybe go to that energy that you feel that maybe can help you, that you might be scared with, or they give me a fork in the road, or go with the energy that you feel comfortable. So let's say maybe saying you feel more comfortable talking to your dad, then, and you want to do high healing of childhood wounds, but then maybe work with your father which will be a divine masculine energy to help heal you from that. And if you feel more comfortable talking to your mother, then you're saying the issues is with your dad, you kind of view him not in a so good way, maybe go to April Williams to help you to do that with those healings. As well as those issues. That's just something just kind of bring to terms with that. And that's interesting that I was channeled that message. Back to the divine masculine. Very interesting of how that. So I've been having like divine masculines just drawn to me and talking to me and checking in on me. I caught the other day Sean Barker, who was on the Playground Experience. He contacted me, and I was just really pretty much kind of after doing all that energy work that I had did. And then early that morning, I had the divine masculine send me, after I had did all that energy to kind of get rid of what was going on with parental issues on my end, send me on this end. It was like he was like saying, "Ooh, since you doing healing, how about you empty out and do this for me? Work with this junk that I got with my mom and flush that out too for me as well." And I was like, whoa, wait a second, Jim Shoe. I woke up and I was kind of upset about that. I was like, are you shoving all that crap my way for me to kind of fix and clean? Wait a second. And so, as much as, and it's just how we debate and go back and forth on the subject, even in the 3D, I was like, okay, first it started off with anger, like, how dare you ask me to take care of your stuff? And then it was like, then it moved into, okay, now wait a second, you got to practice with your priest. Now that's separatism that you just spoke there, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, you all are one, right? Yeah. He's just representing you and your divine master self and you with that. So why wouldn't he say, here, deal with this one too? Okay. Now we know it. I'll stick with that. No preachy teachy on that one. Again, so at that moment, what I did was say, okay, you know what? Let me start working on getting rid of this stuff. Okay, I did. Went on ahead and flushed it. And I said, we'll work on it together. Because I almost went into what I did with my grandmother, which I had pretty much went through and said I was flushing that out. No more of, that's your stuff. Talking to people and not helping them to deal with it in a way of saying, let's change the verbiage that is, you're still doing the work, but it's me seeming like I am helping you. Change the verbiage, dealt with that, change some family issues that I had with that, to change that, to work with him, to change with the mom issues. We worked on that, we cleared, transmuted, and I did still come back to it saying, okay, now there are some things that you still have to deal with. Okay, I could do with the mom, and I flushed and I cleaned that out, and we worked on that together. I said, but now there are some things that it's only karmically tied to you, pertaining to what you have done, your dynamic as far as that. And so you will have to deal with that too as well. So he said he understood that earlier today. Then I received from Sean Barker. That's for my DM, making sure, because I know sometimes I talk fast, and it's like, who she talk about? That what I talked about before, my DM pushing that stuff over. That's me clearing for him. Okay, we worked through that. Okay, that's early in the morning. Next thing, I received a text from my divine, from Sean Barker, who is a divine masculine. And he's been on the show. He did the Playground Experience, and he's from Extropic Esoterica. And he sent me this lovely message in which he had channeled from his, I want to get it right, because he's like, make sure you put on there is from me. So this message, okay, he said, his twin needed him to channel and write a message from him, and then I felt guided to share it with you, so he did. So I kind of debated. I was like, well, I should share it just for and save it for only my sunshine circle, and then I was like, okay, Spirit, we went back on it, and what I'm talking about talks about on today, this is our talk, and this channel message that is kind of telling me as well with you all, is that, after this, I had asked the divine masculine, after getting off energetically talking to him and clearing things. You know, I was like, you know what, as I'm doing this, I'm just going to ask real plainly, like, are you ready? Heck, they go divine confirmation. So I said, so yeah, and he's like, yes. So, and the spirit answered back, yes, I'm ready. I'm like, you know, are you really ready to go ahead and just do this union? You know, let's stop playing around. I seen a song later on when I was finished with the kids. It was talking about this ring. I think it might be still on there. Is it on this one? Oh, what's that? Yeah, I'm using iPad like duh. Let me see if I can get to that real quick. I suggest, and I'll try to see if I could post this too. I put it on my list of favorites. And the song came up and it was talking about God designing a person and waiting for this person. And when the time is ready, I've never heard this song before at all. Let me see my search, my library. Did I hit my library? Where's my light songs? Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, the one he kept for me by Maurette Brown Clark. It popped for me. And let me see if I can find the song lyrics. The one he kept, I could semi here, kept for me. Yeah, the lyrics, here it is. And some of y'all might say, I already know about that song. That was the first time I've heard of that song. They don't have the lyrics. Oh, God, I want the lyrics. I don't want to hear all this extra other stuff. Here, download. Okay, excuse me. Let me go back. I thought it was going to give me the one. There we go, lyrics. Because you know I'm using most faster with that. Okay, and so it says, the one I have waited for, my love's design, the one he kept for me until it was time, the one that I dreamed about, the one I can't live without, the one he kept for me until it was time. I put my hand in yours now and forevermore. Just put your faith in me. I will be all that you need. I pray and wait for you so patiently, and now he's blessed our love for eternity. The one I was praying for, the one he delayed me for, the one he kept for me until it as time. All that I want to be is all that you'll ever need. I praised him for the day he let you pass by my way. The one that I dreamed about, the one I can't live without, the one he kept for me until it was time. I put my hand in yours now and forevermore. Just put your faith in me. I will be all that you need. All that I want to be is all that you've ever need. I praised him for the day he let you pass by my way. The one I've waited for, my love's desire, the one he kept for me until it was time. Okay, that was the answer. I had that. I'll post that in the community tab, the song that goes with that. And then Sean comes and backs it up with this one, this channel message like for the divine master. So that's the feminine singing this. And then here he comes with this channel message from the divine masculine. Okay, and then his thing is what he wrote to me was this is beautiful. So it says, this is by Sean Barker. So you know, he say, please let me know that this is his piece. Believe that I am exactly as you would have me be. The person who will always light you up, who will bring you sustainable joy. Erase all doubts and fantasies of fault and flaw. Deflect mental intrusions that would soil your perceptions of me. Cleanse your lens until every smudge is gone, so that you can see me clearly, so that I can show up for you as my heart's desires to. As you're truly and deeply yours in every way. Do this for me, and I will in turn see you for what you truly are. my eternal companion, my divine other half, and together we will keep cleaning the smudges and silencing the treacherous voices that seek to pull us apart. The love between us will flow so smoothly and seamlessly that we will not be able to help but to stay together endlessly, excelling into perfect oneness. Believe in me, believe in us. That took me over. So that was that. So I'd already had the song for that, and then we had that. So then the next question I asked again was, okay, now, is this what you truly want me to do? I say he did that when he said that 322, and then okay, he said 322. And then I wrote it back about 7. That was later on. And then the masculine contacts me. Where is he at? Because I know he on here. That's voicemail. When was that time? Was that at 5? Around 5. Okay. And we talked 322, maybe an hour later, maybe an hour and a half, something ish later. And then I was like, okay, now you talk about by divine instantaneous thing. We talked. We had I called it 20 seconds, where I was Olivia Pope and he was the president, and we talked, and then it was just silence. I thank God for it was whose program that I watched there. Somebody, I don't know who it is. I like to give credit to people that it pretty much poured something into me information wise, but I can't remember who it was. And it was like, you know what, that how you know that's your twin, you have those moments of silence. It was what Mom had sent me about the key things to help you to know that this is your twin, supernatural things that happen between you, and that clarifies, because you could get to the point that when you're talking to your divine counterpart, you don't need to talk. At first it used to irk me, and then when she showed me that and gave me that, it was like, oh, well, we're really communicating. It's like, you get to a point between twins, you communicate without communicating. The silence don't mean anything. It means you all are communicating even in the silence. That's how connected you are. And so then I was like, oh, so I stopped saying that because I used to be like holding the phone like, okay, and okay, why I'm still, why you not saying nothing, and it's just blank and there's this air, so why I'm here. And I didn't know that was really that. So sometimes I just let us have those air moments when we talk, and it's just like, oh, okay, stop being nervous on my end about that. And so then I got a true understanding of that, and that even helps out well, because a lot of times, sometimes when he does, we communicate, he's doing work or whatever like that. And so I think this is where I believe it's like me being on there, it helps him to calm, so he can find out whatever things that he's doing on the computer at work, to do that. And I just stay styling. I maybe start doing things and start looking on Facebook at the same time. And I guess it's time for our higher selves are communicating and talking back and forth, like, how's she doing? What's she doing? Yeah. And how you doing? Because again, our higher selves, they swap. So I'm over there with him and he's over here with me. It's my higher self. And so they're probably communicating back and forth, like, what's she doing? Well, this is him, the DM, him. He's talking to him. And then she's talking back to him, and they having that conversation this way. And that's why they need that dead silence. Like, no, pick up the phone. We need to really actually talk to each other so I can tell you what's going on this way. They could do it other ways, but that's the way how I just imagine it. And, we had that. So I'm like Olivia Pope, which I do with the spiritual, looking with the cards and moving things around and helping our people with reading, kind of help them to redefine their little situations that they have gotten to in the spirit. And he's the president, where he's doing things in the world and at his company and doing whatever he's doing there too in his business. So I call it prayers and Olivia Pope. That's who we are. But this is not no scandal. This is divinely intervention. thing about that. But it's not a scandal. But that part. So really understanding. So as I was talking to him, when he first started off, and you know us, we soon the first note I could hear it, this sadness. I always ask God that in some ways, this is an experiential channel, that He use our relationship so I could kind of get a good finger on the pulse to know what's going on with the divine masculines. Those divine masculines is in third party, or in third party or karmic situations. The divine masculines are tired. I can tell you this. This is I am witness. This ain't no hearsay thing. Tired, overwhelmed. I did a reading. I talked about from them. Ego, pride. A lot of towers have caused them to come to this moment. A lot of conversations, arguments going back and forth with the divine karmic feminine has caused them to got to that point. Not even only that, financial situations, children worried about the situation with the end for the world has caused that. And also family members playing a part on that. I'm channeling, I'm just tapping into him right now so I can get the overall. Family members are doing that as well. Just really getting an understanding that all those things are kind of beating him down. But it's like I'm beaten, but I'm not broken. Pop DM confirms that. I'm beaten, but I'm not broken. You know, not so brokeable that I can't put the pieces of me back together again. In this doing that, he's finding enlightenment. Conversation as I was talking to him, overall theme. Some things I was sharing to him about me watching the program on Saturday. Things that I was even thinking about as far as when our relationship started at the beginning and how he was and how he is now. Understanding, I mentioned some things, a lot of spiritual stuff used to be before. God, you could tell in his energy, I don't want to hear it. One way is why he's becoming more comfortable, and me talking that way is because I'm becoming more comfortable. I don't shove it, but I tell him like it's just a matter of fact. That's who I am. That's how I am. That's it. How did I know it came out that way? Because in our conversation, I mentioned something, and I say, what was that for? And he said, well, that's just you. And it wasn't like a nasty, like, well, then, that's just how you are. No, it was just like, that's you. It's like of acceptance. I told you, I tell him what I am. I even told him about the circle that I was doing, the sunshine circle as well, that I was starting. So he could get that. He's like, okay. No indifference about it. I could feel he was calculating about it, just kind of feeling. I look at Love Maiden. I think that she pretty much talked about the divine masculine, a lot of them. And I got confirmation about what she's talking about, that they do admire. They admire our freedom. They divine masculines, and I know I have some divine masculines now, thank you God, that are attracted to the, and they do. Divine masculines do are very proud of us, and I've told several divine feminines themselves that too. How we are just really out there with that freedom. We just express ourselves just like that. That hippie, I call it, 60s hippies, free love spirit of expression that we have in there. No holds bar, they say, that we have in there. And it's just like, take me as I am. Yeah, you might see me one day red like this, next day it might be purple. And my DM just looks at me and say, huh? And he's like, okay. His thing would always say, oh, we doing purple, huh? Okay. And that's it. He knows the unexpected. She said that, and I like that. She said a lot of times he can't put the finger on the pulse, and that's why the divine masculines, they love that, but at the same time, sometimes that causes them to kind of like go running if they're not really sure of themselves to the karmic, because she said that the karmics are more predictable. I know that even for my dad. I can everything that you say, I can validate it from even for my dad, because both my parents, again, even if you're new to this channel, are twin flames. And he told my mom, "Oh, you changed," and he didn't like that, you know. Then it got down to later on till he would really start surrendering later in years. It's just like, yeah, well, that's just your mom. It's like, oh, okay. So they do get to that point till they surrender. That's because they have came to the point that they have evolved. I also listened yesterday and was really good that they talked about divine masculines and how divine masculines throughout the age and times had came to a point that they've always had been spiritually handicapped. I put in my own words. This is the better word they had said it. That they weren't being able to express. They could only grow so much, which always calls for the divine feminine to always be a little bit more spiritually matured, a little more spiritually awakened, a little bit more spiritually open to things. And so this calls for the divine masculine to always have that disparity, that difference of him not being able to catch up. Now with everything that's going on now, that this time, even with this starting now into the ones and generations that coming behind us, are able to now catch up the divine masculine, right where the divine feminines are. They're now awakened. We're also, due to the energies that are now and things that are going on, the powers that be in source are also opening, lightening up and activating that light worker gene or whatever thing that's been placed within us to start saying. So those of you who are light workers will now start be saying, I got to do something. See how they got brighter in here when I said that? So my thing is that understanding that we're being activated to go on. That's just like what I did with the group. So those of you all that are doing also work will also feel inspired. You got to start doing something because they need you now. Some things that's going on in the world that they need are the earth's surface needs to be more brighter. I'm not going to speak to negative because I don't want to trigger anybody around here, but there's some things are coming out, especially like they're saying about the COVID-19 that wasn't there. That's because of us joining together forces. It's like, okay, there needs to be truth. There needs to be a light being shed about what's going on, the fear factor that's going on here. And so we're being activated because we got to tie the rope or hold the tie or something that's showing to me. It's like a rope, and we got to like tug of war. We got to anchor down the energies. The divine masculine, again with that, there are some divine masculines that had came to me, and I could tell because I've been like a divine masculine magnet. They're saying they are ready. Might not look like it on the 3D, but they know, because even if they're light workers and they being activated, that means if they're calling them, source is calling them, or powers that be is calling them, then they got to get out of these third party in these karmic situations, because they're saying now source said, I need you. So it's time. I don't know what superheroes like they turn it on and then they got to go on and they get activated. It was something like that. I don't remember it. I can't remember what it is. It looked like they could be asleep and they get activated. They wake up and they got to go. And so that's what they have to do. I don't know why I'm seeing that one with Nicolas Cage and he's got the flames and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, he flames on and then he just goes ahead and do what he did. Although he did a deal with the other thing, but anyway, this is what I'm just saying. They just got like whatever it is, like twin flames. They get flamed on, and it's like I got activated. What the heck? What is this? Okay, this don't work no more. Okay, you go in here, here your junk back, cause I got to go on here and do what I got to do. I don't want this light no more. Something about it, I done lost the taste for it. Like addicts. I just woke up one day and they said I can't do this no more. It's like what? Can't do this no more. Yeah. What? So between them being activated, so you got a lot of things that's working in your favor. Them being activated, I'm telling you, divine feminines, they have that anchor down. They got this beautiful message from Sean Barker. I'm telling you what they are, but they willing. I can tell for the conversation that I had from the DM that something got sparked and activated with him, that say, okay, I asked, was he able to do it? He answered that. Most of the time when I ask him questions like that, I get a response from him 24 hours. This time I got it instantly, which lets me know that his channeling is now being cleared. Okay, he responded back in an hour's time. That's pretty damn instant from John doing that. That's why I'm talking about that synergy, getting together with other people, power, and tapping into other people's sources. Not they say shameless plug, but again, that's why I'm coming up with this sunshine circle for us to come together so we can again empower, raise the vibrations, not only for ourselves, for our DM, and for the world collectively. And again, like I said, doing that again, we have the energy exchange. It's just $11.11. I've seen other people's support systems that again you're getting reading. I'm going to give you things and activities and things that you have to do for it as well. And then once you get it today, I'm going to send out the links for the sunshine thing. It's a Zoom meeting. Why we do that? Because again, with us, we'll be able to even feed off of each other's energies. We could be, while you're talking, some of us, myself, Jupiter 1111 is in the group, Kathy D is in the group. We might could look at your energies and say, hold on, stop. Your chakra is not right. Okay, let's kind of clear this. Do some root chakras. That's one reason why I said Spirit brought to me say, well, maybe some of them are a little shy because, you know, we on the Zoom meeting, they actually get to see you. We ain't trying to look at your house, trying to see by if your hair looking right or if it's looking tight or you looking glamorous. We can give a flying hoot about that while we're all on here. What we're doing is while me able to see you, I can also hear you. I can hear what's going on with you because I got that clairsentience there and clairaudience. But I can also look at you and tell, okay, you're on. So if I might pick up, somebody else in the group might pick up in there about that. Maybe Daisy might see something. Maybe Bonita might see something in there. They say, okay, you missed out on that. But, you know, did you hear this? Did you see this is going on? And we can all collectively help you. This is why I'm coming up with this, so we can come together as a community and help and feed off of that synergy, because it's a lot. Just like I said, all these DMs plugged into me today, and this weekend and up until now, I seen the result of it, how it came about with the DM. That's why it's important for you to come together. This is not a time to be shy. You want the union, you want to get better for yourself. And if you say, well, I don't want the DM right now, I want to take it baby steps, you know, the union of yourself, and then move into that eventually. Once you gain confidence, that's fine. Come join the circle. Come be in the circle. Again, I'm going to do readings, give you all inspirations, give you activities to do and things in that circle. And then we're going to have accountability points because we meet Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. When I tell you, when we're saying at the beginning, we're talking about what things we want to accomplish from the next time when we meet, and we ask, have you done that? That helps you to make sure, like, damn, I got to get on my grind because I got to report back to Divine Sunshine and the rest of the group what I've done. That helps to raise you up. So if you are serious about getting into you and becoming healthy, see, that's half of our problem. I talk about you whether you like it or not, because that's just how I am. DM knows this is true. That's half your problem. You don't want to really get down and push up your sleeves and get down to it. We in a denial. That's came up into several readings and from other readers as well, and myself particularly, that we are not looking and seeing the shadow work. While we have this Scorpio moon is coming in, the Scorpio moon is saying, let's do the work. It's time for you to push up your sleeves. You cannot keep on pushing it off because you got all these other planets, Pluto and the rest of it, and Jupiter is saying, okay, you got to deal with it. It's no more pushing it over to the side. Say, yeah, I see the trash over there. I see that plate, but I'm on in denial. Now I can go walk around the house and do everything X, Y, Z and forget about it. When I come back the next day, guess what? That plate's still there. Okay, somebody got to clean it up. Either I'm going to do it or my mom come in and say, what the heck? And then she going to get on me about what's that doing down there? We don't want no roaches and doing all that stuff. See, now that's called mom will represent source. So either you do it or you want source to get to going on as your parent and start you be like, I be damn, they done told me about myself, and then they gonna go all the way back just like parents about other times that you done left in, and before you know it, you left like this. Say, okay, let me get my behind and get. You don't want to get to that point. The divine masculine is at a very crucial point here. As divine feminines, you need to anchor down. And this support group is not just for divine feminines. Divine masculines, you are very welcome too. We see how marvelous and how good the synergy is when we have a divine masculine also into the group too, when we did the playground experience. So we welcome divine masculines as well. This is not a bashing. This is helping us to get a very understanding of the energies as well, and help you to this understanding divine feminines, because I even know from the conversation I had with David for Soul Mission, some things it's like, well, that's how women do, and he got an eye opening, kind of like, oh, well, she didn't mean that. I was like, no, that's just something we just say. So my thing is that we have also disconnected the way we communicate with each other as well. The divine masculines, some of them, they correctly, they say all of them on some level are leveling up and they are ready to receive you now, okay, your energy. So those of you all, again, and from what I did here, just send them love right now. You ain't got to say I want to get back with them if that's not your hustle and flow at this point. But right now, you need to kind of just really like just send love to them. Remember, they are you, whether you believe it or not. And because that's you, just like I have to check myself. I'm the one do readings. I'm the one that's got the YouTube channel. I have to check myself about the energy. He was sitting over here telling me to clear for his mom. And I said, hold on, partner, that's your stuff. But then I said, remember, we are one. Clear, it's not going to kill you to do that. Then I had to talk and tell him about some things I can help you to work on, and that you need to kind of go ahead and to do that. I see Jupiter 11:11 say he's coming together to heal. And that is true. These ones, again, not only just to heal you, but also to heal the world as well. Like I said, the light worker has been turned on. The activation of DN has been turned on. And because of that, some of them are going to be forced divine confirmation that they got to let that go, because they got to live. Sean Barker told me one time, he said, in order for him to really go ahead into his mission, he's got to live in integrity as being a leader. And this way dynamic that you all are in is not going to be able to sustain and propel. He's got to let that go. So if sports say, I need you, soldier, I put you here, and that's the number one thing, and right now that's stopping you, guess what's going to happen? So it's going to take that and say, that's got to go. I'm sorry. Somebody come here and take out the trash, which I'm not saying in the comment. Somebody take this out, because that's got to go. It's no longer suited. You didn't have what you had. The muffin been at. The relationship is over with, and it's time for it to go. Okay, that is pretty much all that I wanted to say. I just want to channel. I went a little bit over, but I really felt that it was needed to be said. I miss my little morning drives with sunshine too sometimes, but something in my spirit's like, we need to have this talk, because I'm feeling the challenge of the current energies and these DMs. Again, as me being a DM advocate, that means I'm for them. And that means, again, even with even David for Soul Mission said that because of my upbringing, he see why I'm so diplomatic. I'm not discrediting the divine masculine. There are a lot of stuff. If you talk to me one-on-one, I'll tell you my whole story. And you're like, what? And you still got the YouTube channel? After he did that? Oh, I've been told he kissed my ass. But again, I understand that, but still I am a divine masculine advocate after what has been done. I have forgiven that, understanding he's operating from his distorted self because he was acting from his true self. That stuff in his environment where he is, the situation, would no longer serve him. He could no longer be in it at all. And I know that even with myself. I had to this week let my after school thing over with, because I was like, this no longer suits me in the direction that I want to go. So I say I'm being activated as a light worker. I got to help my people. I got the children, but this at school and they're not feeding me back. I gotta let it go. So now if I'm being activated as divine feminine and letting things that no longer resonate, and that's what's happening with this Scorpio moon, things are also, you're going to start looking and telling people they kiss you behind, and you're going to start saying, okay, you got to kind of watch the divine feminine. This is divine feminine energies and divine masculine energies. You're getting pushed to say, well, things no longer suit you got to let it go. And we had that even our conversation too with the DM in 3D. And he was talking about stuff. He's like, am I right? I was like, yeah, you 100% right by what you feeling now. I'm with you, you know. And so this is what we're at right now. So collectively in the divine feminine, divine masculine, we're at that point of letting things go that no longer suit. Either you on our team or you ain't. And if you're not, we're going to say, you're going to have to say bye-bye. There's the door. Literally. There go the door right there. you go on here and exit right on out the door right there. All right, then. That is it. I'm stopping at 40. Thank you, Father. So, again, if you're interested in joining our Sunshine Circle, it starts tomorrow. It's from May the 6th, and it ends June, which is 6/5, June 5th. Okay? Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The middle of the week, the beginning of the week, the middle of the week, and the end for the weekend. We should set you off right. These support groups do work. I've seen that. I talked about that in my testimony of why I said I came up with the group. All right, that is it. That is all. As always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascending. Namaste. Namago. Love you.